Yes.
This is the no means no thing.
Yes.
Okay, the no means no thing means, hi, you ask me for something, I say no, and then you're okay. You say okay. But tell me the story.
Well, so it's just a meme that I saw, but I thought it was really beautiful and indicative of the time and what we're coming out of and what we're going into.
Mm-hmm.
It's basically a young boy who's telling a female, I think it's an aunt or something like that, that he asked this girl out and she turned him down.
Mm-hmm.
And so the aunt says, "So you know what you do now, right?" And he goes, yeah, keep trying, keep trying. And she's like, "No, you leave her alone. She gave you her answer. She said no." And it is crazy to me that that's not. I honestly, when I was reading the meme, kind of followed along with the boy. Like, that's what we were taught. That's kind of how we were taught that you do things. And it's kind of gross. I've been going through a lot of, I guess you'll call it scale peeling from your eyeballs, like from your soul eyeballs, and just seeing, wow, like it literally is like waking up and standing up and just stepping out of this, like a snake skin, like a carcass of like old grossness where you couldn't see that, until we know how to do better, we can't do better. And just understanding that, no, that's not the way. I was just watching, different things that are trending on YouTube. And one right now is an old Shirley Temple movie that she started in when she was little. And it's a bunch of kids, maybe like 8 of them, at least. And they're all running around in little cloth diapers with no shirts on, pretending to be adults. And some of it's very kind of risque. Like,
disturbing.
it's not appropriate in any way, shape, or form, especially to be on the big screen. And you're just watching it kind of a little horrified. I think it's also the same as when I was caregiving, and so you would watch these old movies that the elderly people were familiar with, and the first time I saw blackface, I didn't even understand what I was watching. My eyeballs were just like, just seeing all this stuff and like seeing where we're coming from and seeing what we've allowed and what we thought was okay. And I get it, like, I'm understanding, but it's also very heavy on my soul, very heavy on my heart, very scary to think, wow, how is this allowed? Like, how corrupt and disgusting are we? Like, how is this allowed? It's a lot, it's a lot. I'm glad we're changing, but man, I'm really impatient for the change. Like, I want it to be a year ago. I want it to be 2 years ago. I want things to be different. I would love for justice to be a real thing. And I would love to see people understanding how wonderful peace and joy is, and really, taking advantage of what this life is for, instead of, like you said, indulging in their distractions.
Your life is for one thing, and the lives of others belong to them, right? So you're so many things at once, right? You're an example, and you're a teacher, and you're a healer, and you're a child of God, woman of God. You're a person who believes people can be better, do better. You're a person who is intimately familiar and has a deep understanding of how healing works and how people are shifted from being, out of integrity and out of virtue to having integrity and having virtue. You're not mistaken, and you're not wrong about things. And yet you've been through all the same things that everyone else has been through, and considerably more.
Right.
Right?
Yes.
So you made it, and you achieved, it's an achievement, a certain level of, not a certain level, particular level of wholeness, wholesomeness, integrity, that far exceeds the rest of the world, far exceeds, right? So of course, from, you could say little old you're like looking at stuff like, wait a minute, why am I at such a great distance from all of this? Well, you were in it. We were in it. We are both intimately familiar with the darker nature and the dirty shenanigans of what's currently, the norm for planet Earth. And fortunately, there are a few of us, and you're one, who knows that there is an alternative, right? A true alternative, a real working,
Yes.
functioning universe on planet Earth, whereby the beauty of life and human interactions and everything else is real and true, and you can live there.
Yes.
Um,
So far superior to what people are experiencing right now.
Mm-hmm.
Just they. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah.
I don't even know how to translate it. I know they
So
say
we're
you
we
saw
are the.
life after death, you would just lay yours down. It's like that, only you don't have to die. Like,
Mm-hmm.
lay it down. It's so much better.
Mm.
It's not even fathomable.
Mm. We can stop it right there because you just said it. If you're an idiot and you're exhausted and tired and do not enjoy living
In misery and chaos.
misery and chaos and 100% man-made despair and disassociation
Yes.
and drama, you would be well advised to lay that down.
Yes.
And you do not know what's on the other side of that. You do, but the general
They don't. Yeah, they don't. Or they would. They would lay it down if they knew.
Right? It's a terrifying proposition. Sometimes
To trust. To
Yep.
trust.
to trust and have faith that there is
Better.
genuinely something else that is here, and a real thing, a real world, a real new set of dynamics and parameters that allow for a wonderful life, a beautiful life, where people are loved, cared for, respected, honored, protected, and words mean things and integrity means things. So that's a place, and we'll talk about it for a long time. So, people can wrap their senses and feelings and everything else around it. But yeah, if you're an idiot and you don't like what you're seeing out there, drop your whole game, because it's a game and it's garbage and there's something else. You said it better than I did, but you were right. Lay it down, idiot. Right? Don't be an idiot. Be smart. Right?
Yeah, be smart.
Don't take it from the, from the goofy white guy. Take it from the, beautiful soul, creature who knows best. Who knows best, right? It is not okay to dwell in the garbage world anymore when you know that there is something else.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.